Hello viewers! Yes, this is Bibor. Oh my god, he's alive. Yes, I'll be doing XCOM series. XCOM Enemy Unknown, a new game from Firaxis. It's a great game. It's a strategic, tactical game, part strategic, part tactical. And this is going to be a beginner's game, so I'm going to explain everything, literally, as I go. So let's hop into the game. I'm going to play on Classic, since that's what I feel comfortable with at the moment. There are 4 difficulty levels. Each difficulty level increases the... well, there are both tactical and strategical difficulties, which increase on Classic and Impossible. More enemies on tactical maps, more panic, and the other functionalities of the strategic layer are also present. So I'm going to play with Classic. It's difficult, and the AI gets some bonuses, but it's not cheating like in Civilization 5. So the AI isn't really cheating in a traditional sense that they are getting superpowers and so on. And there are also 2 advanced options. One is Iron Man, which makes you unable to save on your own. You need to exit the game and the save gets created automatically. So it's basically do or die, in a sense that you need to be very careful about what you're doing. I'm not going to be playing Iron Man because of some bugs I encountered on my installation of the game, like for example camera angles, clippings, and even sometimes the game freezes when it's not my turn, so I have to crash the game and start over, so on. And the tutorial, which is basically part the demo and it's part kind of introducing you to the game, in a sense that it gives you some buildings in your base and it leads you through some types of missions you're going to be getting throughout this game. Okay, so let's hop on to the Classic game. First, what you need to do, I'm going to skip the intro. First, what you need to do is to choose your base of operations. You can choose between 5 continents. Antarctica isn't present as a 6th, whatever. What these continents do is that they grant you a bonus depending on their ability. Well, it's kinda real life connected to somewhat. Actually, not really. So, for example, Africa gives you 30% more income every month. South America gives you instantaneous research on autopsies and interrogations of aliens. Asia gives you some benefits in your upgrade buildings, which you can build in your base. Europe also provides a bonus for building laboratories, or even actually Europe makes these building costs less. And North America gives you a discount on purchasing aircraft and aircraft maintenance too. One of the hidden features of these countries is that they are different in a sense that they give you more or less starting money. For example, North America gives you more money than any other continent. I think South America gives you the least money. So for beginners, I think it's best if you start with North America, ignoring the bonus actually, in this case, the air and space. You actually go for the money. And there is also one more thing. Well, all the starts are good, so you cannot miss, really. All the starts are good, and you need to really choose whatever fits your playstyle more. I guess throughout your playing of this game you're going to try with all the continents. There is also one more thing: not all continents are created equal, in a sense that some continents have more countries, some have less. So for example, South America has only 2 countries, Africa has 3, Asia has 4, Europe has 4, and North America has also 3. And once you, well, we'll get to the rest throughout the game. So I'm going to start in North America first. I think that will
get ready to deploy. Our AO is within the continental United States. We've picked up a local broadcast indicating alien activity within
as I
the major
said, the
metropolitan
game is
area.
basically about
get down there and eliminate any
aspects.
hostiles.
One is the strategy layer, and one is the tactical layer. You start the game, as you can see, you started with a tactical game, so you go right into the action, and after that you get introduced to the base and everything that goes with the strategical layer. So we're ready for the mission, and let's start it. You are leading a squad of 4 people, which can be throughout the game increased to 6.
Strike 1, this is Central. You are free to engage all hostile contacts in the AO. Don't take any chances.
Just a second, I need to somehow... It's too dark. Let me try this. Well, not much help, but anyway. There are 2... so it's a square-based tactical map. As you can see, you can right-click your mouse without releasing it, so you can see what happens when you get a grid, basically. So what happens when you right click and hold is that you get all the possible movements you can do in half a turn. I'll explain that too. You have units which are in the start are very generic. They are generic soldiers. They have a rifle, assault rifle. They get a pistol, and they have 1 grenade. That's their armament, no armor, and so on. So the very basic movement in this game is that you can do 2 actions in 1 turn, provided the first action is anything but movement. What I mean by that, actually it's the other way around. You can do 2 actions in this game with every soldier, every turn, provided that the first one is a move. If it isn't, so for example, if I shoot first, my turn with that soldier ends. So you can either move and do something, or you can do something and then cannot move. There are exceptions to this rule, and I'll get to them once I will be able to show them to you. But this is the general principle. And where you can move in that half a turn, so if you choose to move in the first half of your turn, that's represented by this blue line around this grid, or these blue blocks that you can see once you right click and hold the right click on your mouse. The yellow grid, or the yellow line, which is going to be shown now, is what happens, so how far can you move if you choose to spend both parts of your turn on moving. But once you're done moving to that position throughout the yellow squares, you cannot do anything else. So if you are exposed, you're exposed. If you're in cover, you're in cover. You cannot shoot or do anything else. So the best way to play this game, at least that's from my experience till now, is to first move the first half and then do something. For example, shoot or duck for cover or whatever. Or you can later get some abilities for your units that enable them to run. It's called dashing. So spending 2 movement segments is called dashing. So if you spend your whole turn moving, it's dashing. For example, the assault class can move 2 turns, can dash and attack. Some units, for example, some heavy units can shoot two times in a turn if you don't move, and so on. but these are the basics. So most of your units will be able to move slightly and then do something else. The second part is that you can move either to an open space, for example here, or you can move into a cover, which is represented by this shield, or you can move into half cover, which is represented by this shield, which is half grey, half black. What does that mean? Well, that means that if you move, for example, here, and it's shown as a full shield, that means that all the attacks that you are fully covered from all the attacks that come from behind this shield. Now, when I say fully covered, it means that the enemy gets a penalty when attacking you. It can still attack you, but it gets a huge penalty. It's a similar half cover is similar to that in a sense that it gives you half the benefits of full cover, and the enemies can still shoot at you. And if you're in the open, you're the most vulnerable, and you will be probably killed or severely, well, you'll be probably damaged, shot or killed. So your aim is to stay in cover, and most of your game, in the tactical game, you will be trying to stay behind cover and shoot enemies which are outside cover, or if you manage to get behind them. So these are the basics. The movement and the cover are the basics of this tactical game. So let's do this. We have 4 units now, and I want to be able to get with at least 2 of these guys behind my first cover in the first half of the turn. As you can see, this blue line here disappeared. Now I have only 1 line. That means I have only 1 more turn segment to use. And now I'm going to set my other unit and move my unit to cover as well. I still have half a turn with these guys to do whatever I want. And now I'll move this guy here, or girl, and she'll be using her full turn. As you can see, her bar is grayed out, so her hit points are grayed out, which means she spent her entire turn on movement. And I'm going to do the same with this one here. So I have now 2 units which are completely out of turn, and 2 units that are only partially done with theirs. So now I can do 2 things. You will notice down here are 4 abilities. The first is fire, overwatch, frag grenade, hunker down. You cannot fire at anyone, it's grayed out, if there is no enemy in line of sight. If you press overwatch, it ends your turn, and you will shoot at any enemy that gets into your line of sight, with a penalty on the shoot. A frag grenade means you can toss a frag grenade in your, well, as far as you can reach. And you can see this semicircle, this semi-sphere shows you the area of damage. And it's always 3 damage. It doesn't matter if you hit an enemy exactly on top of his head or just bruise him with the end of this half hemisphere or whatever. That was terrible. But you'll see it in action, so it will be all made clear. And hunker down is basically a super advanced cover, in the sense that you lose your line of sight. Your line of sight gets really small, but you cannot be critical hit, and you get an extra bonus on top of protection provided by your cover. So you're going to be realistically very difficult to shoot. It still can happen, but it's going to be more difficult for the enemy to actually hit you. So I'm going to hit overwatch on both of these units. So if anything now comes into my line of sight of these 2 units, it's going to be shot at least once. Okay, so I'm now going to just try to play this game, and you'll see how it works in in actual combat. I'm not going to talk that much for now. You can also tab to cycle through your units. There we go. Okay, we spotted our first aliens ever. So what happens? When you first encounter an enemy... So enemies come in packs. There can be 1 alien, 2 aliens, 5 aliens, whatever. Packs are usually made of 2 to 4 aliens. And once you spot them, they get this small animation where they, well, like they discover you as well, and then they get a first turn in which they can only move. So they will pick up strategic positions for which they think is the best, and after that it's your turn. So you're free to move or whatever. As you can see, it's still my turn, but they got a chance to run for cover. They cannot shoot on discovery. But now when my turn ends, it's going to be their turn. So now I need to either aggressively attack them, or I need to prepare my defense. And in this case I'm going to prepare for defense. So they are somewhere around here, behind this alien thingy that brought them down. And I need to tell you immediately that this half cover is not very good at preventing your units from being killed. Full cover is much better for that purpose. So I'm going to stick with this. As you can see, this subway provides full cover. And I need to stay here and provide myself overwatch. This unit here can only do one more thing, and I'm going to hunt her down with this one. So she'll be much less likely to be shot at. And with this one, I'm going to move here to the subway, and it's also full cover, so I'm going to also press Overwatch. And with this unit, I'm going to move forward and also hunker down. So now these 2 units will be very difficult to kill, or at least more difficult because it's a game of chance. And these 2 units, which are in full cover, will take opportunity shots at aliens that come into my line of sight. There we go. Reaction shot, and the alien is got damaged for 2 points. It has 3 health, so I would have liked more if it would have been shot for free, but I got shot at, and the alien missed, most probably because of cover. So this was all the defense and movement stuff. Now I want to talk a little about attacks. So you have, with your basic units, you have 2 types of attacks. You can shoot, or you can throw a grenade, which you can have only 1 for each soldier in the beginning. Grenades will probably kill most early aliens instantly, and they can even kill 2 if you manage to get 2 in the blast radius. But most of your attacks will be performed by assault rifles. And unlike grenades, which will, if they strike the precise target you were aiming for, they will always do 3 damage in this case. So regular grenades do 3 damage. But rifles have a chance, a percentage chance to hit. So every time you shoot, you make a die roll, and it doesn't, so the percentages matter, but it's basically a roll. So you can have a 10% chance to kill an enemy, you can kill it, or you can have a 90% chance to hit the enemy and miss. But percentages, especially in the long run, do matter. And when you have a 70% chance to shoot at an alien, it's much better than having 30%. Okay, so when shooting at an enemy, you get, if you press 1, or if you press the fire button, you target your first nearest enemy. You can tab through multiple enemies if you can see them, and you get a little yellow head here that says, oh, I'm in your line of sight. If there are more aliens in your line of sight, there will be like 2, 3, 5 heads here. And now it states that you have 65% chance to hit, 60% chance of a critical strike, because the alien is in the open, as you can see. It has no cover from your position here. And this one, you can't see it. So, how to tell what bonuses are available to you? Well, you press 1 for fire, and then you press F1, and then you can see why you have a 65% chance to hit this enemy. So you have 10% for the weapon, and you have a 50% bonus for flanking. What does that mean? Flanking, that's a chance to crit, sorry, and your aim is 65%. What does that mean? It means that you have no penalties for attacking from this position you're at right now. Now, the cover and line of sight are difficult to understand in this game because it's not really intuitive. How it works, you have, let's say, this is some cover, so let's say this is one shield, so you're standing like here, right? And this is your shield, your tile with a shield on it. Everything above this is you're being covered from, and everything below is your ideal. So for example, if you have 2 shields, like one here and one here, and you're here, you're covered from everything here, and you're just exposed from attacks in this part. I'll try to show it to you in a... So this, the subway here is providing cover for this alien from any attacks coming from this part here. All attacks. It even applies to a unit that is placed like right here, like in this position. So this guy, even if the alien was in his line of sight, he would be able to shoot him without penalties. But for example, some unit that would be here, like in this position here, would have a penalty attacking this alien because the shield would extend all the way down, well, adjacent to this wall. As you can see here, see this shield, 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 shield. Okay, I think it's going to be better explained by playing the game. There we go. Alien down. But I saw 2
Their
aliens.
weapons appear to self-destruct when the operator dies. We should look closely for any fragments that could be salvaged for our own development programs.
Yeah, so there's one more alien to go from this factory. And I'm going to go into the subway. cannot see anyone, but I'm going to... well, I'm going to go into the water. And ignore what this one is about. For the aliens to shoot me, I guess they need to see me too, so they have to move into my position. Which means I will get a reaction shot on them first. Maybe not. Ah. I guess they saw me, but I didn't see them. What I do know is that there is somewhere an alien behind this subway. There it is. And since I cannot shoot it from this position, I saw it for a glimpse, but I'll rather throw a frag grenade down there.
You may want to instruct your men to exercise restraint when using explosives. While certainly effective at killing aliens, they also destroy the artifacts we're hoping to recover from the bodies. Just something to consider.
Yeah, I know that. Well, any alien idiot with a gun will drop alien weapon fragments. So any alien you kill will drop its weapon and the weapon will self-destruct. So, especially when you're playing on higher difficulty levels, don't bother with collecting every single alien because it drops alien weapon fragments. Just kill them. Your soldiers are more important than a few weapon fragments. And you will get plenty of them anyway. So just be liberal with your usage of these kinds of weapons. I mean, grenades, rocket launchers, and so on. So let me see here. See, this position here isn't very good at protecting me from attacks coming from here. So I need to find a way to protect myself, which probably would mean moving this guy around here and risk it. I'm in no hurry, so move slowly, especially on higher difficulty levels. On Impossible, I think it's, which is the next level, I don't think you can even advance that often. You need to constantly fall back, basically. So these alien artifacts that can be seen here, these, I don't know how would I call them. These are harmless. Anyway, that's what I wanted to say. They don't do anything. As I was saying, I'm going to proceed cautiously. And since I killed my cover there, I'll risk it.
Alien life on Earth.
Okay.
We're witnessing something never before seen in recorded
now,
history.
As you can see, they're going to run for cover, but now my turn is done and they can shoot at me. That's the problem. And I cannot hunker down, so that increases my chance of being killed. As you can see. Okay, but the alien missed, thank God. So now it's my turn, and now I know where the aliens are. And now let's look at this situation here concerning line of sight. As you can see, my chance is only 45% to hit. That's because although I am, well, almost in a direct line, here, it still treats the alien as having half cover, because this line, this whole line is providing this alien half cover. So only if I move here will the alien lose the half cover. From this position here I get no benefit whatsoever. So as far as I'm concerned, he is having a huge, I don't know, box in front of him. But this unit here, if I move him, if I move her, let's see if I can see there. Yeah, here you can see that the alien turned yellow. It means that it's now flanked. And flanking means the following. Flanking means that some other unit of mine can shoot the alien, but this unit can also shoot the alien, but is attacking the alien from the alien has no cover against this other unit of mine. That means it's flanked. And as you can see from the bonus, I have a 60% chance to hit, which is the same as I would be the only unit to be able to shoot it, but I get a 50% bonus on critical hit chance. It was a crit, and I killed it. So now, this is the proper way to play the tactical game. You need to have your units spread in a way that you have a front, which is basically your tough guys, your heavy guys with the heaviest armor and everything else. These are the guys that are holding the front line. And then you have some ranged attack units behind, for example a sniper or a rocket launcher or something like that, although these front guys can have them too. And then you have some units that are flanking the enemy. So, because shooting aliens from the front, aliens are smart enough to take cover so that they cannot be shot by your front line guys. But if you try and manage to flank these aliens, so shooting from a different angle, then it will be much easier to kill them. Or in many cases that will be the only way to kill them. So now I'm going to move into this half cover here and hunker down, because the aliens will probably advance in that position and try to kill me. And with this unit, I'm afraid I'll have to... I'll risk it, I'll dash right here. And with this guy, I'm going to move here and overwatch. You can overwatch through windows, so that's fine. Ouch. So I was hunkering down behind half cover and it still didn't help. The only benefit of this attack for me is that the alien is now without cover and flanking it, because another unit can shoot at it, like this one. And now what to do? Well, let me see first whether I can... so with these units here, I have no way of killing this alien without risking more of my troops, because the attack values are going to be too low for attacks coming from this direction, because this alien has a cover for this whole side of the map. So what I want to see is whether I can throw a grenade down there. Yes, I can. As you can see, the globe goes over the alien. So I can kill it, that's important. But now I will try to kill it with this unit here, because it has a really great chance to throw the alien here. And so now I need to use the grenade, because I don't want to lose that unit down there. There we go. One alien down. And my rookie got a promotion. So what I need to do now, I need to cover the ass of this unit right there. So I will on purpose, put this unit forward and risk it slightly more. Just so the aliens perhaps attack this guy instead of her. That's the only logic behind it. And now I'm going to move this guy right here behind his full cover and put it in Overwatch. Okay, they didn't budge, right. So I'm going to proceed clearing this part of the map and see if I can catch the last remaining alien. Or at least reveal his position. Its position. There we go. There it is. It's behind cover. Full cover. If you try to hit it, you get a 25% chance to hit it. So, for example, half cover gives the enemy minus 20% on a chance to hit you. High cover gives you additional 20% penalty on hitting someone, and hunkering down gives you an extra double on that chance, plus you get immunity to critical hits. So in this case, hunkering down behind high cover would give you an 80% chance of not being hit and immunity to critical hits. On the other hand, half cover would give you only 40% chance of hunkering down and also provide immunity to critical hits. Very simple. Yeah, anyway. What I need to do now is get behind line of sight of... I need to get somehow behind this guy's cover. Or I can nade him down, whichever I prefer. I think it's going to be a nade in this case. Bye bye.
Good work out there, Strike One.
And
If I may, Commander, the labs are on high alert. Teams are standing by for your orders. We can begin researching the newly recovered artifacts immediately.
Okay. I'm going to cut the first video here. See you in the next.